Wonderful. I could read about you. Bachot is an international music wizard, a pianist singer, writer-composer, and jazz interpreter. And Bachot is a pianist with swing in his body and groove in his soul. That's true?
That sounds fantastic, baby. I mean, that's me.
Wow. Bachot, how did you get into music?
You know, I started music with my mom. My mom was singing in the choir, so I was, about 3 to 5 years following her in the choir, and then I had that pleasure, singing with her in the choir, and then I started growing over and over. So in the primary school, I was making a lot of fun, singing with my friends, just making fun with pleasure. So when I went to the secondary school, I started singing with a band in on the school with some friends, and then from there I was just singing. Then finally I found some friends who started playing guitar, and I said to myself, no, I got to play guitar, and I didn't want it to overcross me. So I started to play guitar, and then finally we had a keyboard player in the band who was a schoolmate. And this guy was just coming to rehearse, and not when we were performing. So, as time goes by, I started to find out that there was something missing in the music, and this started to really bother me. And so, one day when we were rehearsing, because he was always there to rehearse now, so I asked him. He was having a small keyboard. I said, "Hey, guy, how do you know the keys on the keyboard?" So explain to me. This is C. Besides, that's C. So explain that the C is always located between the two black keys. Okay. And then I said, "Could you borrow me your keyboard? I'll bring it back to you next week." They say yes. So I took this keyboard. I started to do, when I went home, do all the transcription from the guitar to the key, and then I studied all the program we're performing every Sunday. So when the Sunday came, I went and sit on the keyboard, and so my friend was like, "Oh, Bachot, what are you doing? We got to start performing." I said, "Yes, of course, I want to perform." I said, "Why are you sitting on the keyboard?" I said, "Because I'm gonna play the keyboard." So there was seemed like a troublemaker, because nobody knew that I practiced. So finally, the bass player was a little bit older than all of us, and he said, "Oh, guys, if someone want to play, what's the problem? Let him play." So we started to play, and I saw that my friend, they were not that in the mood of playing, because they were seeming like a troublemaker. So finally, when we started, and I was serious, because I knew I rehearsed, and they started to feel like the music was sounding, so everybody got in feelings, and we started playing, and they were wondering, "So since when you play the keyboard?" I said, "Since today, guys, I'm the keyboard player of the band and a singer." So things started from there. But the next week, I got to refund the keyboard back to my friend, and then another problem started, because I was not having the keyboard to rehearse. So I have to think, how am I going to do that? So I decided to go and buy big paper, like the paper where people draws on in. Mm-hmm. So I draw all the keys of the keyboard on that paper, and then I was, just practicing, putting my finger on the paper, just trying to practice the chords, and then imagining the sound. And that's how I did it, and was running all over the city in the nights, paying attention where the band's playing to see if there's any keyboard somewhere there, to try to put my fingers in the real keyboard.
Wow, that's really a special kind to learn keyboard. So I think music was really your first love, yes?
Yeah, of course, because I really want to do it. So as you're right, music was my first love, and I always say the piano is my first love. And you're quite right for that. I still remember once my ex-wife was saying, I know you're married with your piano. I said, "Yes, of course, you knew that before you got married to me, that I was married with a piano."
When did you start to play piano?
Well, I started playing piano, as it is, as an instrument, when I was 28. This is a very difficult moment, because keyboard with piano is totally different techniques. The piano has a different technique. So I was 28 when I started playing piano. And then when I was saying that, when this guy, Mark is his name, when he brought me this book, that I bought this book, it was written in the book, you need 10 years to be a pianist. I said to myself, well, hell, I mean, gonna spend 10 years in this small book. It was like, so I read again and say, you need to practice 4 hours every day. Then I said to myself, okay, 10 years, 4 hours, means if I double the time, I can make it in between 5 and 6 years. And that's what I did. You know, I said, okay, now.
Really?
Yes. Oh, wow. Yeah. I was working, I mean, that was an obsession. I was working between 6 to 8 hours every day. At the same time, I was performing in a palace, 5 hours. So it was a lot of, I thought sometimes that my brains was going to blow, you know, because there was a lot of work. But after 6 years, the level became like, it's awesome.
So you have a lot of discipline?
Yeah, of course. You can do all those kind of things when you don't have a lot of discipline. Yeah, slav discipline.
Bachot, I'm very pleased for our talk, and I wish you all the best for the future. Thank you so much that you're here with me at my home.
Thank you so much, Eike.
Yes.
Yeah, for inviting me. You know, it's a great honor for me to be here.
And now you play for us a song which you wrote by yourself for your mom?
That's it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, baby. It's called Forever Yours.